Welcome back to CIS 105. Today we'll work on PowerPoint Module 2, Enhancing a Presentation with Pictures, Shapes, and Word Art. In the textbook, this will be PPT 57, and then on PPT 58, we'll see the overview of what our completed project will look like. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up PowerPoint. And once we open PowerPoint, we're going to search our online templates. That's the top banner up top here, the top search bar, for the word basketball. And then we'll press search. We'll see that the very first search result is the basketball presentation. I'll click that. It'll say it's widescreen, and I'll choose Create. Now you notice our presentation actually has 9 slides right now. We're going to trim that down substantially. So the first thing we'll do is we'll click the Slide 3 thumbnail. We'll hold the Shift key, and then we'll click all the way down to slide 7. So in essence, we're selecting 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're going to delete all of these slides, so 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. If we right click on any one of them, we can choose Delete Slide, and all those slides will disappear. This will leave us down to the only 4 slides left on the page. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to create a slide. PPT 61, we're going to display slide 1. In the placeholder, that's this title layout, we're going to need to select the text, title layout, and we're going to type basketball, camp for kids. We'll flip to PPT 62. In the subtitle, we'll click it and we'll have to select the subtitle as well. And this one here, we'll type Gilbert Park District. Okay. We will click on slide 2. In the picture with caption layout text, we'll click it and we'll select the text. And we'll change that to Learn from Pros and Make Acquaintances. Where it says caption, we'll click to select the caption, and the caption will say classes meet weekday mornings throughout the summer. And I'll fix my misspellings right now. Alright, throughout the summer. we'll click on slide 3, and where it says add a slide title 3, we'll click it. We'll select the text, and the text will type "You will learn," and we're going to intentionally misspell the word learn with 3 periods after it. You will learn. We'll save our presentation file, save as. We'll browse. We'll find our CIS 105. We'll find our classwork folder. And the presentation is going to be called Basketball Camp. And we'll say save. Okay, so on PPT 63, it's telling us we're going to insert a picture into the slide without a content placeholder. Let's select slide 1. That's the one with the big basketball on it. We're going to choose Insert. We're going to choose the Pictures button. And then we'll find the picture. This will be in our Data Files folder. PowerPoint, Module 2. And this will happen to be the backboard. We'll choose Insert. And then we'll see that it's going to put it really large in our document here. We're going to resize and adjust our picture till it's approximately what we see on figure 2-12 on page PPT 64. So I'm going to drag my size handle so I resize my basketball net, or hoop rather, appropriately. So I'll just bring it down till it's somewhere around here. And then I'm going to bring it over. And I'll stop it when I see that Smart Guide show up there. If you look at figure 2-12, the Smart Guide's actually shown up in that. So make sure that we resize it appropriately and move it appropriately. That looks pretty close to figure 2-12. Okay, so then what we'll do is we'll click on slide 2. This is the basketball players in the middle. What we're going to do is we're going to right click on the picture, and we're going to use the option for Change Picture. We'll change our picture from File, and then we'll find our basketball players in there. So this will be the teamwork, and we'll choose Insert. What this is going to do is it's going to resize it and put it into our content placeholder as best as we can. We flip to PPT 66, where we'll see that it has reappeared appropriately. After we click the picture. Now I don't have, on PPT 66, I don't have a gray bar that is showing like the illustration in figure 2-16. But if you did have that gray bar, you'd want to select the gray box that should be on the right side of the screen and just delete it with the delete key. Okay, we're going to select the teamwork picture still. We'll click on Picture Tools. We'll choose Corrections, and we'll change our correction so that it is brightness -20, contrast +40. So we'll have to kind of follow around here. So it's asking for brightness -20, contrast +40. So that's the one we're looking for. We'll flip to page PPT 68, where we'll apply a picture style. So our predefined picture styles are right here. We'll click the More button, and the More button will choose the bevel rectangle picture style. Let's find the bevel rectangle picture style. Bevel rectangle. Okay, so we've done that. Now it's always a good idea in PowerPoint to save more often than not, so let's click the Save button just in case something goes wrong. Let's apply a picture border. So the picture is still selected on slide 2. We're still on the Picture Tools tab. Let's find the Picture Borders option. The picture border, we're going to find a weight, and the weight is going to be 6 point. We'll change the picture border color, so we'll click Picture Border, and the color this time will be a black background 1. That should be the very first black background 1. Flip on over to PPT 70. Let's apply some picture effects. So slide 2, picture is still selected. We'll go to Picture Effects. The picture effect that we're going to be looking for is a glow effect. And then we're going to be finding the glow. And this one says it's going to be brown 18-point glow accent color 3. So figure out where the brown colors are. Brown, 18-point glow, so further down the bottom, accent color 3. The next thing we'll do is go back to Picture Effects. We'll apply a bevel picture effect, and this one's going to happen to be the angle bevel picture effect. So angle in the bevel category. Okay, now that we've applied that, once again, great opportunity to save as often as needed. Next, we'll insert and format a shape. So we'll flip to PPT 72. We'll display slide 3, the one that says You Will Learn. We'll go to the Insert tab. We'll find Shapes. We'll find the oval shape, and that's going to be in the Basic Shape category. So Basic Shape, Oval. And now we're going to click and drag. So we'll click and drag somewhere around here. If we hold down the Shift key while we click and drag, we'll make sure that our shape is proportionally resized. Okay, something like that. Now we'll drag the shape until it's positioned approximately in figure 2-27. Use the middle and horizontal. So there's the one, and then if we bring it a little bit further over, there's the other one. So that's about where they like that shape to be. We want our smart guys to show up. We're going to add an additional shape, so we're going to use Insert. We're going to find Shape. The shape is going to be an additional shape, so this one, in this case, is going to be a basic shape. It's going to be a block arrow, rather, and a block arrow curve left arrow shape. Curve left arrow shape. We'll click and drag. Once again, if you hold on the Shift key, it'll resize appropriately. After we've done that, we'll drag our shape till it's approximately where it belongs on the right side of the oval. Mine's pretty much around where it needs to be. Maybe I can go a little bit further in with it. Alright. The next thing I'll do is I will want to insert another shape. So we'll insert a shape. The shape that we're going to insert is going to be a pentagon shape. So that'll appear in the basic shape category. Okay. We're going to click and drag, and we're going to resize and make our pentagon. So I'm going to start somewhere over here. And I once again hold the Shift key. It'll resize nice and appropriately. And then I'll just click till I get my smart guide. And then bring it up a little bit till I get my other smart guide. And honestly, I'll probably resize mine a little bit more, so that way it looks more like the book. I'll hold the Shift key while I'm doing it, so that's a little bit closer to the book. And then I'll get those smart guides again. There's one. And you'll see a second one show up. Oh, there it is. There's the second one. Okay, so a little closer to what the book has. Alright, let's apply a shape style. So we'll flip to PPT 76. We're going to click on our basketball, our circle. On the Home tab, we're going to click on Drawing Tools Format. We'll use a quick style. Go back to Home. We'll say Quick Styles. And the quick style we're going to be looking for is Light 1 Outline Color Fill Black Dark 1. Light 1 Outline Color Fill Black Dark 1. That'd be this one. The next thing I'll do is I will select the arrow shape. We're going to change this to a quick style. This one is going to be the colored outline black dark 1 style. Color outline black dark 1. That's that one. Then I'll select the pentagon shape. And the pentagon shape is going to have a quick style. This one's going to be the subtle effect black dark 1. Now we have gray option there. We'll flip over onto PPT 78 where we'll add some text. The pentagon shape is still selected. We're going to start typing offensive. Offensive moves. We'll select the oval shape. In the oval, I'll type ball handling skills. Okay. The oval still selected. We're going to select the font, so that's ball handling skills. We're going to change our font, and if a floating toolbar is still available for you, use the floating toolbar, or otherwise you can go ahead and use the font category here. And in this case, we're going to find the Century Schoolbook. Hit the drop down. Let's find Century Schoolbook. Okay, Century Schoolbook. Let's increase the font to 24 points so we can use the Grow Font button. We'll then bold our text. And we're going to notice right away that we have an issue with our size of our shape because our G doesn't want to fit on the same line. So I'll go ahead and resize mine using the Shift key to proportionally resize until ball handling appears all on one line. And I'll probably use my snap grid lines till I get them back again. So that's the minimum size that I need to make it fit. Flip to PPT 80. We'll notice that offensive moves doesn't fit exactly like the book does. So what that means my shape is a little bit too large. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the corner and I'm going to click and drag until offensive loop fits on 2 lines. When that happens, I'll probably bring it down and over until I find my smart lines. Something like that. So now we know that that's the maximum shape that it could happen to be. Okay, now it's having us triple click, but we already have it selected right now. We will select the text, offensive moves. And guys, one of the things that I missed here was I missed changing the font color. So I'm going to set the font color right now of the ball handling skills to be orange. It's a standard color. So I'll check here and I'll choose orange as a standard color. Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the format painter and now triple click or I'll click and drag over offensive moves and we'll see that that resized and got ourselves set. The next thing I'll do is I'm going to use the copy and paste. So I'll use the shape is still selected. I'll choose copy and then I'll choose paste. And now I'll have 2 copies, but they're going to be right on top of each other usually. We'll try that again. Copy. Maybe I'll click off it and try paste this time. And I got a second one there. So now what I did is I made a copy and I'll paste it over. And then what we want to do is we want to try to position it as close as I can to how the other one was. And I'll get that shape there. That's pretty close. Alright. The next thing I'll do is I'm going to copy my arrows. So I'll click the copy. I'll click off it. I'll click paste. And then I'll click paste again. Have another copy of it. And we're going to go ahead and rotate my arrows. So the first arrow I'll click is this one here. We'll wait till I get the rotate option. I'll turn my mouse pointer a little bit. And then I'll just click and move it a little bit down here. Something like that. Now you notice how it's behind right now? It's because this offensive moves is in front of that shape. So what I'll need to do is I need to right click and I'll need to say bring to front. And that brings that in front. Then I'll click the second one here and I'll use my rotate again. And then I'll click and bring that one over. And then the last one, I'll click it and I'll rotate it so the arrow is pointing directly in. Something like this. Not going to be exact, but we can sure try. And I'll probably move this guy over a little bit here. And then I'll probably move this guy over here, like that. We're just trying to make everything line up as close as we can with the textbook. Probably not going to be exact, but we'll move it a little bit closer. Okay, so we moved all that. I'm going to click the save button again so I don't lose my work. PPT84, we're going to display slide 2. That's the one with that picture that we did so much formatting to. We're going to click the picture. We are going to click on the Design tab. We're going to look at our backgrounds here, and we're going to choose the option for Format Background. Here we'll see that our format background is set with a picture or text fill. We're going to change that right now. So we're going to change our fill to be a texture fill. So we'll choose texture. And then the texture option we'll find will be the brown texture option. So that will be the brown marble texture. Okay. When I do that, I'm not going to choose the option to apply to all. If I did that, that would overwrite my entire presentation's background. While we're on there, let's change the transparency to be about 15%. Okay. Let's go to slide 3. On slide 3, we're going to format our background as well. So format background. This one is going to be formatted with a gradient fill. So I'll look for the one that says preset gradients. And then my preset gradient is going to be Spotlight Accent 3. It's going to be Bottom Spotlight Accent 3. Accent 2, Accent 1, Accent 3. Alright, let's click on slide 4. On slide 4, we're going to choose to insert a picture from a file. So we'll choose Insert a Picture from a File. In here, we're going to look for the one that says Basketball Boy, and we'll choose to insert it. The next thing I'll do is I'll format my background's transparency. So I'm going to click the slide itself, and I'm going to resize it because right now it's not large enough. So let's resize our slide. I should be able to bring it over to the left and then bring it over to the right. I'll choose Format. I'm going to choose Design. I'm going to choose Format Background. That's going to be my format background here. And I'm going to adjust the transparency to 30% on this one. We'll click to close. Okay, so we did that. I'm going to hit the Save button again. The next thing I'll do is I'll insert some word art. So we'll choose Insert. We'll find our word art option. That's the stylized A. We'll click that, and we'll find the word art that we're looking for, which is the Fill Red Accent 2 Outline. Accent 2. We'll click that. And then our text, we're going to have to click to select the text again. This text is going to be Register Today. Exclamation, Register Today. After we've done that, we're going to change the shape of our word art. So right now, our shape is predefined, but what we're going to do is we're going to change our text effects. And in this case will be a transform. And our transform will be chevron up. Chevron up. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm going to drag my word art and I'll resize it and then I'll move it. So I'll resize my, click it, I'll resize and I'll hit shift and I'll bring it back down to something like here. Alright, something like that. Then we'll drag our word art till it's approximately positioned. So if I click it, I'll get the forehead arrow. Ooh, and that can happen if you're not careful. I'll try to click that again. Something like that. My word art is still selected. I'm going to choose my text fill. But the text fill is actually going to be a texture. And the texture is going to be medium wood. The word art is still selected. We're going to do a word art style text outline. This is going to be, the weight is going to be 6 point. We'll change the outline, and the outline of this color, so we'll go back to outline, is going to be black background 1. Black background 1. Okay, we finished all the way up to PBT 94. On PBT 95, we're clicking on slide 3. On slide 3, we're going to right-click the word acquaintances. This is going to bring up my floating dictionary. And I'm going to use the synonym option. And the synonym will be friends. So we'll choose friends. Okay. Alright, so we finished that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mess with my notes right now. So by default, the note pane is not turned on, but if you look down the lower part of your PowerPoint, you'll see there's a notes option. If I click that, that turns my notes panes back on. On this slide here, we're going to add some notes, and the notes that we're going to type will be every morning begins with a group session that covers the day's agenda. And I'll fix my misspellings as I go along, as I notice them. The day's agenda, period. Space, the coaches. Then separate the campers into groups to cover fundamental skills, period. Each morning ends with a contest designed to be fun and competitive. Okay, after we've done that, we're going to click on slide 3. Slide 3 is going to have some more notes. Slide 3's notes are going to be campers will gain confidence while learning sportsmanship and strategies. Okay. Slide 4. That's the one with the big basketball player. This one is going to say space is limited, period. Every camper will receive a T-dash shirt, comma, snacks, comma, and water, period. Parents are encouraged to attend the awards ceremony at the end of the camp season. All right. Okay, I've done that. I'm going to hit save again. This time I'm going to use the spell check. So let's go to the review tab. We'll choose the spelling. Spelling is going to tell me that I misspelled the word learn, so I'm going to choose replace or change all. And then it's going to tell me that I've made no more mistakes and all my spelling is okay. Now that I've completed that, we're going to change the text from offensive moves to defensive moves. Defensive moves. Okay. Any other misspellings that you happen to have, make sure you fix the misspellings. We'll add a transitions. Right now we have transitions predefined. So let's click on this slide. We'll click on transitions. Right now our transition is the fade transition. Let's change our transition. We'll change it to the wipe transition. We'll choose wipe. You'll see what that's going to look like. But we're going to change the duration from 1 to 2. I've hit this 4 times. Now it says 2. Let's click the preview button. And we'll see that it wipes right into the next one. Next thing I'll do is I'll click the apply to all button. That's going to change the transitions across the entire board. If I wanted to print the speaker notes, I can do that, but I'm not actually going to print it, but I'll show you how. I would say File. I'll save it first. That way I make sure I have it. File. PowerPoint's being a little difficult right now for me. So we're clicking on the File tab. we're going to make sure that slide 1 is still selected. So we'll click here, slide 1, File. We have the option to how do we want to print this. So if we choose print, you have the option for full page slides, which we're not going to use. Instead, we'll say we want to do notes pages. Okay, we'll see that it's ready to go, ready to be printed with 1 slide per page. Again, I don't actually need to print this, so in this case we're just going to hit the back button and we're going to choose Save, and I'm going to upload this to the portal. So on the main page of our class, we're going to go to Assignments, we'll find the PowerPoint module to open. We'll choose Upload a File. This file will be in our Data Files folder, so we'll say Upload. We'll find our data file, and this will be PowerPoint Module 2. And if it came out of the data files we pull from there, more than likely we have in our classwork folder. So that's going to be our basketball camp. We'll choose Open. It'll upload it to our portal. We'll choose Insert. We'll choose Add. We're finished. We'll click the big blue button, and then we'll be able to work on the Apply to the Lab. And that's it.